everybody, welcome back to Fatbird Finds the Crafting channel. And I know it's been a while, so sorry. I just am trying to get my groove back. So I've started a whole new composition book. As you guys may recall, I've only been really working out of one, and it's this one. Here it is, Let's Do Color. And it's a color glue book in the front. And then, we mixed in some other things in the back. So sometime we'll do a flip through of this one. I've just got kind of tired of playing with this. I thought maybe I'll be more motivated if I start a whole different book. So that's what we're doing today. And that'll be for the old one will be for another day. I have worked ahead a little bit. I don't have a cover yet. And the funny thing is, you guys tell me, I thought that this would make a good cover. Isn't that pretty? So tell me in the comments below if you like this for the cover. It's just so bright and wonderful. I'm sure I would need to come up with something else as a focal image to put on the front, but I thought this was neat. But then as I was getting ready just to start this video, I just kind of threw these down on top to keep the glare away. And just look, a single item like this to cover up the label, I think looks really neat. And like this little puppy dog right here. And that was just an accident, but I think it's cute. So anyway, you guys tell me what you think, what you prefer, like these little images or one full page for the cover. And we'll do that next time we play in this book. Okay, like I said, I've worked ahead a little bit. So let me show you the pages, the background pages that I did put in this book. And then I did go ahead and go through some images because I don't know, I enjoy it. And so it takes me a long time just because I'm slowly enjoying looking through the magazines for the images and stuff. So I did want to go ahead and work ahead, and maybe that'll make video making easier to have some of it pre-cut out. But let's go ahead and look at the pages, the background pages that I've done already. Also, this was like an 80-page, I think, composition book. And I've been watching Nicole at Relax Cut Glue all this time. And she has videos about how to take out pages of a composition book. And so I did take out, I don't know, quite a few pages, probably 20, at least 20 or 25 pages. And then I did go through and glue 2 pages together. Now I think I have a manageable amount. And so I think it'll be fun to do a glue book start to finish like this. And I didn't want to have too many pages for that. And of course, best practice is to just work throughout your book, not front to back, because you don't want it to curl up on you. So this is a beautiful chair in a magazine, a catalog that I've come across several times. And I was like, I just love that. I'm putting it in here. Even if I don't find very much to go on there, I enjoy that image just like it is, actually. And did a nature background. Here's some pretty strawberries. We just passed Valentine's Day, but still I thought this is a fun color scheme to work with. This one's not going to be a color glue book, but that's not to say that I won't have a page where I do all red or something like that, and kind of mix it in here. I thought this was a beautiful image. I think you guys will love this when you see what I thought would look good on there. Let's see here. This came from HGTV Food Network magazine. That's one of my favorite magazines for images because they have really cute fonts and just adorable photography. Look at these guys. So I think that I'm going to make this like an Easter page. Here's some pretty, this gives Withering Cottage vibes, right? So I've got some really interesting, fun things to add to these 2 pages. I think she's perfect to do the faces. So you know how lots of our fellow crafters love to do the paper dolls and to make the great big eyes and change their mouth. So I think she's perfect for that. So we'll have fun doing a little bit of that. Big lily pad here. I don't know what we can put here. Maybe some frogs or fish. This was my wrapping paper for this year, Christmas vacation. So I thought we might have fun putting a few little Christmassy items on this one, but if not, it's a fun memory anyway. And then I think this is a beautiful page here with that beautiful table setting, and we'll try to do something fun on that page. Okay, so like I said, I worked ahead, and I do think that I've got a little bit of everything to show you guys. Maybe a little something for almost every page. So let's get to it. I did switch to a voiceover here so that we could skip over some of the little, extra cutting and things like that, and so that I could just chat with you guys while you watch me work on these pages in the background. So yes, I have been kind of, MIA on the crafting channel, and I love to do it. It's just I have had circumstances come up where I couldn't, find the time to do it. So now I'm kind of back under control a little bit. So I'm happy to be back crafting again and just enjoying all this gluing and glue booking. I found these donuts, and you guys, they're irresistible, right? They're going to look perfect on some page. I don't know if it's a page today, but aren't they cute? She would have been cute sitting on top of the donuts on a different page. But I love this chair. I've seen it several times in several catalogs, and I wanted to use it. And so I think she's cute, just kind of sitting on the edge of that. And since I like this whole page, this may be all it needs. But maybe we'll find a title or something like that in our next session. Just to learn, I'm not going to do titles and captions today. I'm going to try to find, another good batch of them before I go back and do phrases and stuff on the pages. I love these little clips that I found. They really keep the pages down and out of the way and weighted down, so that's cool. And this, I had to try the donuts. I think I tried the donuts on every page, y'all. So it gets kind of comical. But so the nature page, I love these birds. These came to me in a pack of goodies that I bought from a seller here on YouTube. She does lots of grunge and distressed and old looking pieces. So that's where these birds came from. I think they really are vintage. And then this looks jungly out here. So I love this little elephant coming out of the woods. He's from one of my cut and collage books. And so I love the way he looks, except he looks kind of new compared to the birds, right? So, but I went ahead and glued him down, and now let's just see if we can make him blend in a little better. I bet you guys know what I'm going to do. And you guessed it, I am getting out the distress ink. I think it's going to be perfect. I tried a little bit on his knee up there. Can y'all see that? And I think it looks just like the birds. So I'm super excited. While I was away there, I went ahead and glued the birds down and grabbed my ink. And now look, I'm going to make him blend in. And I think it's just the thing. What do you guys think? I just think he looks tons better. He just looks like he's, a little more vintagey, and I love him. He's got that baby face, and I just think it's cute to have him popping out of the woods, out of the jungle like that. So I guess we'll be on the lookout for a few other animals for this page. Now we've got our strawberries and our red, it's kind of like our red and pink treat page. But I am recording this around Valentine's Day, so I do have Valentine's Day on the brain. So that does give me a few ideas for these type of pages. But the first thing I've got here is this big cake with a piece of the cake cut out. Isn't that a gorgeous cake? Now, actually, in real life, you can sort of see right here. See how the piece of cake is more in focus than the big cake? It's kind of blurred in the background. It doesn't really bother me, but it doesn't really look good to have that whole thing on this page. And I really want to use this today and not put it away. There's some pancakes I was trying, but those just don't look good. She's from an Olive and Cocoa catalog, which if you guys aren't subscribed to that, you should. It's got beautiful graphics. So I like her. I'm going to leave her. And then this wrapping paper is vintage wrapping paper. I got it from Heather at Antique Agenda. And it's Kewpies. And it's dated 1973. Aren't they cute? They've got their little bouquets and things. And I already made some ATCs for an ATC swap on Instagram that I'm a part of. And they turned out really cute, I do think. So I do want to kind of commemorate them and put them on this page. And I think that I'm going to take that gift wrap and cut it into pieces and make up packets to sell sometime in the future so that everybody can share it with that sweet Kewpie paper. You know, you feel kind of bad cutting it up, but I mean, it's for you to enjoy. So, but look, I cut the piece of cake out by itself, and the whole cake was so blurry, and so I'm just gonna toss that, I think, or recycle, and just use the one little piece of cake. And I think that looks much better, and it looks really yummy on that page with the rest of that strawberry dish. And then I'll find some other things, I'm sure, as we go along that's going to look cute there. So I'm going to get that piece of cake glued down. I'm going to get her glued down, which I'm doing right here. And I'm covering up some of my wrinkles. Man, I really left the wrinkles on these two pages. But I'm a little out of practice, so I keep saying that, but I'm always like, gosh, I don't know how I got that many wrinkles. Anyway, she's going to help a lot on that side of the page. And I'll have to look for some big berries or something for the left side of the page to help with those wrinkles at the top. And here I go, putting on the Kewpies. Look, that little Kewpie there has the old Scotch tape marks. Did you guys know that, I think it's Tim Holtz, that actually makes aged or antiqued Scotch tape so that things look vintagey with the old tape? I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I think it's a cool idea that they've made that. But, you know, I always think it's kind of ruined when it has old yucky tape on it. So how do you guys feel about that? Do you like the fake old tape? I don't know about it. But I do end up liking these little Kewpies all over the page. And then I'm just hoping that maybe as we go along, I'll find a big something to kind of make that more cohesive and kind of pull all that together. Here I'm just cutting the bottom edge off. And I've got one more design here to put on. And then that page will be all done. And like I said, it's pretty cute the way it is, but I am hoping to maybe get one great big pink flower or a bouquet of flowers or something to kind of tie that whole page together. I like the Kewpies. You know, it's not my favorite page I've ever done, but I sure love that 70s Kewpie paper. And I got her glued down. We're just putting on the finishing touches. I put a little corner there on the bottom right and rounded the corner. So moving on, you guys, and I love this page. This came out of, as you can probably tell, it came out of like an Architectural Digest or something. This beautiful tiled shower with that big shower head at the top. So I'm showing you what a few of the different things look like. Actually, this design is so beautiful that almost anything will look good. The flowers look good. The donuts look kind of silly. So maybe not the donuts, but then you're going to love this because I think she looks spectacular on this page. So look at her. So I don't really want to cut her head off. So I'm going to see how far down. There's the shower head. So I'm going to want to cover that up. So I want to see just how close that I can get, because we can cut her right off at the bottom and we won't be losing any of the design. So you saw me putting like a strip of glue across the bottom of the page because I know I want it to go all the way to the bottom. And sometimes it's hard to know where to stop gluing on the back of the image. So I just did it that way, and I think that's going to work fine. And she's just got the most beautiful skin. I love her coloring, the dark hair and the blue eyes, and her blue jewelry, and it's just gorgeous. Uh-oh, you can see my patch job up there at the top. I hit it with my scraper and pulled up the end. I'll fix it here in a minute with the glue stick. Yeah, there, I fixed it. And, but yeah, I had covered up one little weird looking thing at the top of the picture, but you can't really tell. Okay, so I love the positioning there. Love the way that looks. And here's my favorite part where we get to flip the page over and trim it down and make it fit just right on the notebook page. It's a very satisfying part of the process. So I like to show you when it's straight across like this and how good it looks at the end. But sometimes I do edit that out so you guys don't have to see that part over and over again. But yeah, when we go back and see this final product, I think you will agree that she looks spectacular. Now you guys will have to be on the lookout for something else that will look really good on this page with her and her gorgeous jewelry. Here is our little Easter page with these little Rice Krispie chicks. As I said earlier in the video, I love this HGTV Food Network magazine for its cute images and words and sayings. So I just had to use it in this glue book. Obviously, this makes me think of Easter, so I got out a cut and collage book, and I was like, oh, I'll never use these chocolate things, you know, probably on any other page, so let's try to put them in here. And they do look cute because the little chick's eyes are chocolate. So all the chocolate looks good, except I don't like the really fancy egg. Do you guys? I think it's just there's too much pastel, too much color that's not in the shot. But I love the regular chocolate egg and the chicken, of course, with all these little chicks. And then, of course, that's a real puppy, but he's a chocolate lab. Kind of a play on words, but you can see why they're called a chocolate lab. He looks chocolate, and I think he looks cute on this page, so I'm keeping him. I tell you what, Easter is late this year, I think, but it will be here before we know it, right? So I had a little fun playing around with the Easter images that I don't get to use very often. And yeah, this book is going to be a lot of fun, I think. Like I said, I've made the book smaller, and so I think we will be able to finish this book together, you know, front to back. And I'm excited about doing that with you guys. I'm also going to start another book that we can kind of go back and forth at the same time. And I don't know if you guys watch Thrifty Day, that channel. I love her, Leah, on that channel, and I am on her Patreon. Her Patreon that you get mail from, though, is full all the time. But I am on her, like, $5 level where you can get her digitals and things. But I love her philosophy and the way that she just uses all of her scraps and junk and everything to truly junk journal. So I'm going to start a journal like that for all my happy mail that you guys send. That way we will have another book to go back and forth with our videos. And so that should be a lot of fun. Now let's check this out. Okay, so here's a fun page. We are going to try to do her face. So I just cut out a bunch of mouths and a bunch of eyes. You hardly ever do the nose because, you know, it just is hard to do. So, but the key to these paper dolls is to make the bridge of the nose right here, you know, match up to theirs. That's cool. You can see that from here. Now, I've got this raised up this far. That would be cool if it would end up looking like that. That would be great. But look, when I actually get it on the page, actually that's not too terribly bad, is it? So that is a contender. But I think what messes this one up for me is that the blonde hair shows here. But the eyes themselves are kind of cool. Okay, and let's try these. Now, obviously, these are going to be too small, but sometimes that's funny. But, I mean, her whole head is here, so that's just too far off. But it's still kind of funny, but no, I don't like that. Let's try these. Yeah, conversely, that's too large. See, to get her eyebrows and everything, I mean, of course we can trim the sides, no problem, but that's still too big. They're too far apart. Sometimes you could just do one. Still too big. You know, old Avon catalogs are a really good place to look for these particular things, for the faces. They're free usually. You know, everybody's got an Avon catalog at one time or another. So it's a great place to look for these faces. Again, I don't know about the scale here. It's kind of big, right? I don't know. I kind of like that. And then let's see about these. Again, a little bit big, but it's kind of her coloring and stuff, so that's kind of funny. Let's leave this here for a minute. I kind of like this. And let's try some mouths. Now, I think most of my mouths are too big. Obviously, see? Oh yeah, that doesn't even look right. And same here. But now, these are a little better. These are a little more interesting. So we've got this one. And this one. And this one. So that's funny without being like too far off the mark. You know, the other ones are kind of too big. They didn't even really look like a mouth on her. They just look like something stuck to the page. So I think this is funny. Kind of like this. I can't decide about the eyes. What do you guys think? Let's see. Should we do that or this? See, they're kind of far apart, right? These are closer together. All right, let me lay these down. This was kind of good too. But again, I think the hair just doesn't do right. And this is kind of her coloring. So let's go there. Let's do that. And then we'll find a funny saying sometime to go on that page with it. And moving on to the shabby chic withering cottage page on the left. I just love that whole background. I tried the donuts again, y'all. They still didn't work, but I know there's going to be a perfect place for those. And then the pancakes didn't look quite right, but look how beautiful these hydrangeas in this arrangement look. I think they look perfect on here. And then I also found this cool Grecian statue that I think will fit in well. And I was just pointing out there that I'm really not covering up anything too, you know, too pretty. I don't know. It's always a toss-up. When you've got a background you really love, do you really want to cover any of it up? But of course, you know, that's kind of the point. So we're going to go ahead and forge ahead. I think the flowers are beautiful. And yeah, I think this one's going to look really good. So we're going to go all the way to the edge with these flowers. I did cut straight down the side there so that they would look like they were just, you know, disappearing off the edge of the page. And they go a little bit off the side, but of course, as you guys know, we'll trim that up at the end so that will look nice and neat and tidy. That won't be an issue at all. Here's where I decided to put the Grecian statue, and I think she's beautiful there. And then, look, there's room on that countertop for another really cool, you know, shabby chic looking item when we find it. And there's just the right place across the top, I think, you know, for a title or a saying. I did skip our lily pad page. We'll save that for another day. I didn't have any good ideas yet for that. And then here's Merry Clarkmas. This is the Christmas page. And so I had my little cut and collage book. I found this little squirrely chipmunk looking guy, and it reminded me of the one that comes out of the tree in the movie. And the one they have drawn in the tree there is kind of dorky looking, so I thought this one would be cuter. So we'll put him on there. And if you guys have any ideas about what we can do on that page, just let me know. I was thinking maybe I could find a girl diving in a swimming pool. Would that be funny? Okay, and then finally we've got this last page. I think this page came out of Victoria magazine, and I think the next video I'm going to do is a harvest of a Victoria magazine because that has some beautiful pages. If you guys come across any of those, just save them for your glue booking. But we'll show that in the next video. The donuts almost got on this page, y'all. Almost. But then look, when I put the pancakes there, once they get trimmed up, I think they'll be perfect. And here we go. So I'm going to be on the lookout for like little tiny people. Like I think that there could be like a little tiny person bursting out of the berries on the left where my thumb is. And then a couple of little tiny people on the top of the pancakes. Maybe sitting on there, like kind of like we, you know, have people sit on burgers or sandwiches and stuff. So wouldn't that be fun? Or maybe even sliding down the side. It'll just be funny with that pretty background. All right, so I think we did it. I got something on almost every page. And let's just flip back through. As I'm flipping back through to see what all we did today, you guys tell me what your favorite page is at the bottom, or give me, in the comments, or give me any suggestions for any of the pages, and I will hunt for something to go on those pages. Stay tuned for a harvest video, and stay tuned for my composition book for all my Happy Mail, my friend mail, coming up in the next few videos. I really appreciate you watching and spending this time with me. If you don't mind to hit the like button, that sure would help me a lot and helps the channel a lot without costing you any money. And yeah, so just stay tuned to see what Fatbird finds next. And we'll see you in the next video, everybody. Bye.